This week, I'm fairly certain, it can never be certain, but I'm fairly certain we'll blow right through 100K. Then we'll get a really big parabolic move, sometime between now and December. And, then it's harder to judge. I mean, we don't have that many cycles to look at, but the cycles are very consistent because humans are going to human.
In October, Mark Yusko, the founder, CIO, and managing director of Morgan Creek Capital Management, predicted that this was going to be the best Thanksgiving for the cryptocurrency industry since the creation of Bitcoin, highlighting that the leading cryptocurrency would be trading near $100,000 per coin when the holiday season rolled around. Though we've not hit the 100,000 mark, experts are certain that it's only a matter of time before Bitcoin hits 6 digits, and it's anyone's guess how high we go from there. Yusko, a big Bitcoin bull and sound money advocate, became even more bullish on the cryptocurrency when the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission approved several spot U.S. Bitcoin ETFs earlier this year. Morgan Creek Capital founder and CIO Mark Yusko predicted that at least $300 billion would flow into Bitcoin through the ETFs within the next few years. Yusko arrived at that figure by predicting that at least 1% of the $30 trillion managed by wealth managers would be diverted into the Bitcoin ETFs. Since the approval of the ETFs, several prominent investment firms, pension funds, and other institutional investors have invested an average of 3.5% of their portfolios into the ETFs, according to Grant Engelbart, the vice president and investment strategist at Carson Group. This means that Yusko's initial $300 billion estimate was quite conservative and could very well be tripled in a few years. The Morgan Creek Capital founder and CIO recently appeared for an interview with Altcoin Daily, during which he discussed his Bitcoin forecast for 2025 and the cryptocurrency's path from $100,000 to $1 million. As we bring you clips from the interview, please watch, like, and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thank you and enjoy the video.
I tweeted this out the other day. 3 years ago, in 21, we got the email. We're just not even going to have Thanksgiving, so don't bother coming. Now they had Thanksgiving, but we just weren't welcome. 2 years ago, all right, you can come, but you're sitting at the kids' table. Okay. Last year, all right, you can come, but you're sitting with Uncle Ned. Like, I didn't even know I had an Uncle Ned. Right, wedding crashers. This year, oh my God, head of the table, 2 turkey legs for you. Can I get you another glass of champagne? I mean, this is going to be the best Thanksgiving ever. And I'll stick with what I said 6 months ago, that I thought absolutely no question in my mind we were getting to 6-digit BTC this year in dollars. No question. Why? Well, because fair value was going to be in the low to mid 80s. And we would blow right through that because of animal spirits. And whether we got to 110 or 120 or 150, I don't really know. It just depends how much leverage gets in the system. But this week, I'm fairly certain, it can never be certain, but I'm fairly certain we'll blow right through 100K. Then we'll get a really big parabolic move, sometime between now and December. And then it's harder to judge. I mean, we don't have that many cycles to look at, but the cycles are very consistent because humans are going to human. When the prices below fair value, investors, people, I like to consider myself an investor. I like to buy things below fair value. That's what I do for a living. And so you buy them and you just hold them. Then what happens is the price starts to rise and get closer to fair value. The traders come in. They're like, oh, movement. I need movement. I don't really care about the fair value. I don't really care at all. I just want to trade. And nothing wrong with trading. I stink at it. I've never asked me to trade your money. I'm bad at it. And most humans are bad at it, but there are some good traders. There are a few good traders. But then the speculators come in. Well, what's a speculator? Well, speculator is someone who doesn't really care about anything other than someone needs the other side of a sale. Right? Oil producers need to sell their production for it. I'm sitting in Tulsa, Oklahoma in a hotel room with my in-laws. And so here they sell the production forward and the speculator has to take the other side because for every buyer, there has to be a seller. For every seller, there has to be a buyer. So speculators are not evil. They just don't care about what they're buying. They just take the other side of the sale. Well, then as the price really starts to move, this is the problem. That's when the gamblers come in. And the gamblers bring leverage, and leverage tends to accelerate the trend until such time as it ends. And I love this. Everyone looks at these parabolic charts and like, oh, this is great. This is great. This is going to go on forever. Show me one, Austin. I defy anyone watching this video. Show me one chart that goes like this and then stays flat. You can't do it. They all go up and then they come down. Now, they eventually, like the Bitcoin chart, had this big parabolic move in 2013, and then it crashed 84%. And then it had a big parabolic move in 17, and it crashed 84%. Then it had a big parabolic move in 21, and it crashed 76%. Now, I tweeted this out a long time ago. When you look at that 2013, right, it was a 20-fold move. It looks barely visible on the chart today. And the one from 2017 was really big, right? We went from 10,000 to 20,000 in 8 weeks. No, I'm sorry, 5 weeks. From November 6th to December 18th, we went up $10,000 in 5 weeks, just like that. And you could barely see it. Now this move eventually, and then the 21 move looked really big, and then we had the crash. Well, now we're way above the trend. So it's a series of higher highs and higher lows. That's the long-term adoption.
Yusko explains that Bitcoin's price movements often follow a consistent 4-year cycle, primarily driven by its halving events and market dynamics. These halving events, which occur every 4 years, reduce the rewards miners receive for validating transactions, effectively cutting Bitcoin's supply growth in half. This scarcity, combined with rising demand, tends to push Bitcoin's price above its fair value approximately 9 to 12 months after each halving. Yusko attributes this behavior to the interplay between supply constraints and demand shocks, such as increased adoption by institutional players and the approval of Bitcoin ETFs. These factors amplify the scarcity effect of the halving, leading to significant price increases. He predicts that Bitcoin could enter a parabolic growth phase toward the end of 2024, potentially reaching levels far above its intrinsic value as the market responds to these cyclical pressures. During the interview, Yusko also talks about President-elect Donald Trump's pro-Bitcoin campaign promises, stressing that Bitcoin's price will move even faster than expected if these promises are upheld. Like other prominent Bitcoin investors, Yusko is particular about Trump's plans to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve after his inauguration. If this happens and other governments follow suit, Yusko is certain that Bitcoin will be on its way to $1 million per coin. Here are more clips from the interview.
100K to $1 million, it's not that big a move. It's 10x, right? I mean, it's not that it's not a big move, but it's not that big. The miracle of Bitcoin is not that it's going to hit 100K this week. It's not a miracle. It seems like a miracle. And, Dan Moorhead just posted the thing yesterday. His original Bitcoin fund is up 1,000x. To go up 1,000x in anything is one of the great investments of all time, period. But 1,000x is a lot different than 10x. 10x, a lot of things go up 10x. I mean, not many, but a lot. And so that $1 million, even though the number sounds big, that move's really not even that impressive. And I think baked in, highly likely, when don't really know. But the miracle of Bitcoin was it went from 0.003 cents to $1. That was the miracle, both in terms of multiple. Like if you were there at the 0.003 cents and you got to $1, now most people would have sold. It would have been long gone, right? Because they made, so many times their money. And there are lots of examples of people bought at 50 cents and sold at 250 and thought they were so smart. But ultimately, each incremental move, and that's why, when people show linear scale charts, I go batshit crazy. It's like long-term charts have to be log scale. They have to be log scale because going from 100 to 200, right? That's 100% increase. Going from 200 to 300 is not. So yes, it's 100,000 move, but it's only half as much. And so you have to look at log scale. So again, that's a long answer. Going from 250 to $1 million, that'll happen like fast. Now, is it likely, I think, that we have the next bear market before that? Yes, right? I actually think this cycle tops, I used to say 150-ish. Now, maybe that's a little higher. Maybe we get to the 2 handle. But, next fall-ish, I'm guessing October, September timeframe, we will have a bear market. There'll be too much leverage in the system, and humans will human, and we'll have another downdraft. Now, could that be mitigated by this big FOMO? Look, if the U.S. passes the bill, and then every other government around the world says, "Well, shit, if they did it, I got to do it," and then we have a whole bunch of people competing for a very, very scarce resource. Because here's the thing: gold, while provably scarce, isn't absolutely scarce, right? You can go mine more of it if the price gets high enough. Bitcoin doesn't work that way. There's only so many, and the ones that are lost or stolen, you really can't get them back.
Bitcoin is currently trading near the $97,000 range, and experts are certain that this is the final dance before 6 digits BTC. The cryptocurrency industry is undoubtedly poised for significant growth in the near future. Central banks worldwide are expected to embark on expansive monetary policies, injecting substantial liquidity into their economies. While this is likely to bolster financial assets across the board, cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin stand to benefit disproportionately due to their decentralized nature and appeal as a hedge against inflation. Additionally, regulatory hurdles, long a source of uncertainty for the sector, are gradually being addressed in the United States. This progress toward clearer regulatory frameworks is expected to foster greater investor confidence and drive further adoption. As these factors converge, the stage is set for cryptocurrencies to experience notable price increases and heightened market activity in the months ahead. What are your most bullish price predictions for Bitcoin and other top cryptocurrencies in 2025 and beyond? Please share your thoughts, comments, and observations in the comments section below. If you liked this video and want more content like this, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit post notifications so you're instantly notified whenever we upload a video. We appreciate the support. Thanks for watching.